your heartstring. What
How
else?
do you feel, Julie, with anybody after today that doubted on passive before this day?
Whoever
Or
that did that,
anybody, anyone doubted our integrity?
whoever did that, all you need to do is switch the way that you think. Switch
Just
the
tell
way that you
them,
look at unpassive.
just tell them we forgive you. All right? We forgive you.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
Bite me.
All you gotta do is say, I am sorry for the way I think, but thank you. That's all you need. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for allowing me to express how I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I think you spoke for a lot of founders around the globe with that emotional response.
Did we exceed that? We said 60 months now. Now, we told you we were going to watch it perform. We thought it will be outsourced to a different company. What did we create? We rebuilt the internet for you, and we're going to own it, and you're at the top of that movement. So you came for a cookie, we gave you a factory, a manufacturer of bottomless and limitless of goodness. So if you're talking about marketing, what did you do with that $97? How much did it cost just for those 3 minutes that we're doing twice a week on Burj Khalifa? Who's paying for that? Who built this Oak Night that we're using? Or even when we paid Zoom, and we still pay for Zoom. We just need to cancel it, put it to sleep now, okay? I think some of you know how much we pay for that. Who's paying for Amazon, AWS? Who's paying the payrolls? You think the payrolls in the millions? Of course it's in the millions with that. Who's paying for the buildings? The one that we own or lease? Who paid for the equipment? Who paid for the IP, intellectual property, that we invent and we make all of that? Who fights? Who has lawyers, legal people, finance, all of that across the globe, nonstop. So it's an insult for somebody to ask about $97 and what do I get that? I think we need to grow above that. We came with a big heart. We came with an open arm. We came with infinite gifts to you. Everything that you've taken until now is on us, on the house, and another 2 weeks when we start, counting a year for you, you still get also the same benefits that were said 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you're still gonna have them. Do you think we outdid ourselves? So please, if somebody's asking you about we had a humble start, but it's wise for us to aim higher if we're able to. It's probably unethical for us to be able to do something that we believe has the ability to change the world and just look out for the self-serving benefits. Oh, let's make some money. Oh, let's blow up that money or do something. My life personally, just to let you relax, or anybody in this mentality, my life before Onpassive, as with Onpassive, did not change financially. I live in the same status. I rent a home. I did not buy a yacht. I did not buy a watch or anything. I gave you, some of you, and my team, gifts when my phone was duct taped. 3-4 years old, it was working. I don't need to buy a new one. When I was gifting new laptops and all of that. But something that changed after Onpassive. I sacrificed my family with my time with my family, with my loved ones, with my health. I used to work out a couple of times a week. And yes, Chris Johnson, you're going to be shocked from those guns when they come back, okay? Because they're there. They're just a sleeping beast, okay? I just need to revive them, okay? I mean, if I go 10 minutes to the gym, you're not going to, I'm going to be ripped, okay? No, you think this stuff comes like with no sleep? You know how dangerous and unhealthy is no sleep? I've never been to a doctor in my life. First time I got to a hospital, it was this, this last couple in my journey in my life of Onpassive. The pain that we go through every day is unbearable. I challenge any one of you to put up with it. And somebody come and tell me you're gonna count like date and pennies and all of that. I take it as an insult because I'm way above that. I like give so much, and I'm looking at your future, and I want to solve things. And believe it or not, I'm fighting for that, because if I'm allowed to, I would certainly be bankrupt. Like, I will be in the street, because I love it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I do it every day. Okay. This very weekend, I'm just like, again in Orlando downtown. Okay, we're known. If I go drive by, guess what's gonna happen? Our car is known in downtown Orlando. Mm-hmm. You're gonna see people flocking to it. It's like the president or a star they want to shake hands with. Who are they? The unfortunate people. My kids take pictures. They hug them. It's not that. Omar wrote a personalized note to each and every one of them. Giving people buying, ready food and packed food already, that's one thing. My wife insists we need to prepare the food. We buy the ingredients and we prepare every meal, and my children personalize every pack. Make sure we give them enough drink, enough food, and you're going to be touched if you read the messages. Okay? You're not forgotten. You matter. We love you. You're going to be fine. Help is on the way. You think they were born with that, or this is cultivated across the line? This is what we do. I mean, if you didn't pay attention in the last 4 or 5 years and listen to it, you have no idea who we are. So forgive me, I'm not like in a way, but you could tell I get insulted when somebody asks me about the silly, stupid, naive, things that they don't matter to me. I'm above that. So please talk to me with more respect. You should know who is Ash Mufareh by now. You should know who is Onpassive by now. And the culture we've created now. Okay, we're above this. We're above date and this and that. Come on. And it's not a fight. We can only win together. Make no mistake. So don't think if you're ahead of somebody or you want, no. This is not going to happen in Onpassive. I just said, to those who dumped garbage on us, and they keep doing that till today, I said we forgive them. Just an hour ago, I said we forgive them. It's okay. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not in the business of judging people and punishing them and teaching. No, this comes from home. Let them be who they are.
Still feel like, but we love you and we see your
We
heart.
keep going, Charles. They can stay where they are, but we tried our best. We're going to keep moving. Trust me. They can question all day, all life long, but we are moving forward and onward and upward. We're going to reach heights you've never seen before. And it's a done deal. It doesn't even rely on me anymore. Don't you think there are people who their kids are in the hospital, their father, got cancer? We do that every day, every night. Like in our daily life. We have our personal pain. Do you ever hear us talking or crying about it? Welcome to life. Okay? Yeah, if somebody's just going to tell you their situation is an excuse not to accomplish something significant in their life, that's the definition of a lazy loser. LL.
If there is a one emoji that everybody likes to have for the naysayers, so our designers can build it. Loser, middle finger. How about an L on their forehead? LL.
I'll go with Marty's. I'll go with Marty's emoji.
That's one nice one. Yeah. Why would you want to feed them?
And by all means, anybody, Susie, before Charles go, okay, this is not necessarily feedback, compliments, though welcome to do so, but also if you have suggestions, questions, criticism, anything in mind, like what family talks about, anything. So if you have ideas for the rollout of the product as you see, questions you believe they can benefit somebody or in the mind of someone or the haters thinking of, bring it on, okay?
Yes. Gotcha.
We're raw, we're uncut, unedited, plain, organic. We're not edible, right, Susie? We're
Yes, it's smellable. Smellable. Smellable.
Thank you, brother. So anything in your mind, bring it on. No restrictions.
Okay.
No
Okay, everyone.
borders or boundaries.
But what I wanted to mention quickly is Ash mentions we are the hunted. Well, I've noticed for a while there have been some detractors here and there, as Ash has mentioned, and naysayers. Well, they're lingering now. But you know what? They're lingering by a thread. They're kind of falling off. They're falling off by the wayside. And that's good to see. They're dropping off, quite frankly, as quickly as they showed up. So I think we're gaining there, and I think that's a good thing for the company. Now we are the hunted, but look who we're hunted by. As Ash said, we're hunted by countries. We're hunted by corporations. We're hunted by influencers. People that matter. These other folks, these naysayers, they don't matter. Did they bother Lynn and myself at first? Sure, because they made fun of us. But now we laugh at them because they're the jokesters, not us, not Ash, not you, Mr. Mazal. We're the pros at this point. And
that's just to be
that's
transparent.
Hashtag like me, and don't worry, the design team is working on the middle finger emojis, so you can have a bunch of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm cool, but sometimes, you know, I'm an older woman, and sometimes we have to go through the emotional that it brings up for us. I've been hurt in my life, and then when somebody else hurts somebody else, it does affect my heart. And I go, you know what, I need to deal with this. And I have, because I've cut them completely off. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. It has nothing to do with me. People in Australia, you know, we were hurt as well. So I just wanted to say that because I know that it's something that's sort of been hanging around like a big black cloud. But just on that note,
I have bad news for you, Narelle. Okay, you attract who you are. Okay, if you're listening to them, you're enabling them. Okay, if you have... If you're focused, okay, don't allow that. I know it's not easy. You have to work on it in the beginning, but we are so busy and occupied with meaningful things in life and more productive things, and you know, something that we can leave our name behind it. If this is where the minute you look on that side, you're allowing yourself to listen and to be affected. And one negative thought, it's in our DNA proven clinically, it shut down your immunity for 48 hours. It's proven. So if you have one or two negative thoughts a day, you're done for the week practically. And I think it's unhealthy for you. Some productive, you're not going to be inspired. It's very simple. You want to look. You have to be particular about who you listen to, okay? And if they are known, if they are achieving anything, or if they're just stealing your time and taking away your potential, when you finally have an opportunity to reach something, achieve something, or dare to dream or think and hope, and somebody to steal that, the least we can say they're criminals, okay? They are losers. The least to say, we know, the believers know that they're going to hellfire. They're going to burn forever. Why? Because what they do with their evil act, what they do is, we have hundreds of people who are living up, like I'm talking about people like Naveen and these people I just mentioned, their names, you don't have to know. But the track record for these people, 30, 40 years, or Dr. Susan or somebody, that 40 years of experience, universities and presidents, counseling and all of that, to bash on Onpassive, you're somewhat affecting that career or somebody's profile, or at least you intend to. Thank God they're solid and brilliant, which is criminal when there are potentially millions of jobs and I would say almost sectors are collapsing globally. This is going to be a bad summer for the world, and I believe we're going to lose a number of jobs here in the U.S. Based on what's happening. If you have a good read and view in the global economy, and for somebody, when people struggle to make a living and produce and have potentially something to change humanity positively, and try to spoil that, try to ruin it. I mean, come on, it's an animal act. It's severely criminal, and they don't know better. Okay, this is what they know. If you would throw a bone, how many ants and dogs and fly would fight on it outside? But we have the meat and potato here, and we have the real deal. We have the juice, the fruit, the delicious sweets. We have everything to be proud of. We're showing who we are. Look where we are today. Okay, we're so proud. This is our product from scratch, made. We have so many capabilities of connect through the ecosystem. We are able to build our dreams and work on them and share them with the world. And of course, improvement to our life and our lifestyle. What are they offering other than, bashing and spitting and vomiting? It's sickening. I understand. I know how you feel. But I really tell you, you're enabling that. You're allowing that, Meryl. I advise you as a brother to you, if you listen to that, it's going to drain you. Okay? It's going to drain you. And they are no one. They're nameless. They're flies. They're ants. They will follow. They'll just find a different neighborhood. But what do we do? What the eagles do? You keep soaring high, until they run out of breath, and they're just going to jump. So don't slow down.
I think in the beginning, Ash, I think in the beginning it was more the fact that I just couldn't believe that what was being said. So you're sort of thinking, no, it can't be right, So I give a lot of trust to people, I have a lot of respect for people, and I give most people, like my mother did, the benefit of the doubt. But when I saw it and I saw it again, that's when it started to affect me. And you're right, I stepped away from it. I had stepped away from it. It had affected me, absolutely. And I know that it affected a few other people. However, it is nothing to me now. It's like cutting off your tail, it's gone. But I do want to say that I was praying for you every day.
That's right. Yeah. Turn around. Just don't bother with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
And if that pays off, we will follow them. If they have a solution, if they have an alternative, if they have something practical, if they have something that can benefit anyone, they're actually this is how misery works, okay? You know, those losers, they have to justify by nature, they have to justify their failure in life, okay? Trust me, somebody is doing this, they're not going to be as good in their life, in their family, in their society. They're not good. Obviously, if they're miserable, they're bad in everything. If you're good at something, you're good in everything, okay? If you're good, you're good, okay? If you're bad, you're likely, you know, like messed up. And most people, they don't say, you know what, I take responsibility. I made a mistake. Most people, I'm gonna show an evidence now that not all people, most people, they have to find an excuse to their failure. And an easy excuse is blame it on others, like the government, like the company. What do you have to do with Onpassive? If you're not in Onpassive, leave us alone. If you're in it, you win it. It's that easy. But if you have nothing in life, you're completely a loser. Like you got nothing to do. You can't even work out. You can't do anything in life. And you can hang out with them hours and hours and hours. You have really, you're soulless. You have nothing in life but evil. And this is why they come to us. They try to find a way, maybe by talking about something important, I get attention. If I talk about the president, I get attention. If I talk about this, if I talk about that, come on. If somebody puts down like Dubai, if somebody puts down Onpassive, these are irrefutable. These are obvious brands, big accomplishments. If you're gonna criticize OpenNet, you can do that. But the fact is gonna be, okay, very shortly, the #1 web conferencing and video conferencing platform. And wait for it, you know, in a week or two, when it's on a mobile app. When we have added features to it. When it's more scalable. And they don't have a feeling. They don't have any dignity. So there's no way you could insult them. I think if you could talk bad or down to a dog, at some point they might feel your energy. But those people, they have no feeling. So it's a losing battle. Don't try to touch it, as Susie says, okay? Don't touch it. And I really think you should replace that time and thinking and emotion with something more productive, more positive. They chose to lose because you have a choice what to do with your time in life. Something positive, something negative, something evil, or something good, okay? So they chose obviously something. If you want to look at them, they succeed by bringing you down to their level. Don't allow them to bring you down. At least if you're unable to lift them up to your level, at least don't allow them to take you down. They're miserable. They're going to hellfire. Don't look to them. And I want to make sure you know this. Your time is limited. Daily, okay, or on Earth is limited. What you do with it is your responsibility. So if you're listening to them, or if you pay attention, or you read, by a snap, if I know somebody is not being realistic or just negative, I would turn to the other side. Why? Because your net worth in life is determined, your accomplishment, your achievement in life is determined by the first 5 people that you spend most of your time with. And if those are one of your 5, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. It's a privilege to them if we're among their 5. If we're not the only one, they have nothing to do. I guess we're the only one. So it's a privilege to them. But to us, it's an insult. Don't waste your time on those losers. And I know they're listening, and I know, some of them, they have feeling, that's my evidence, and they dropped away. And John Barilla is watching, and he knows that a few, that they're more human, they got embarrassed and they left. And it's good. You do your best. So it's not everyone. Some people are fooled, but they have to hear. But we're not here to fix people. That's not my job, okay?
No,
We have an
no,
offer,
it's not.
we have a solution, and people have a choice.
And
Right?
I use
You
my
like it?
I use
Get away.
I use my
That's
time
fine.
to go into creativity. I use my creativity for Unpassive. Chris, Marty, Red, they all know what I do, and that's what I've put my energy into. So I just love doing videos for Unpassive, like for myself, but you know, to share with others and things like that. Like I said, I stepped away. I got stuck in the mud a little bit. It did affect me. I've now stepped away, and yes, it made me emotional, but I do understand everything that you're saying, and I've gone through a lot of that in my
Turn
whole
away.
life, learning all
away,
of that
Darren.
stuff about the five
You're
that you're
more
with
important.
and the negatives, and yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
grown a lot. Unpassive has brought me through a lot as well, and grown to again trust, which is a big thing in a woman's life in particular. So I trust all of you. So thank you, Mr. Ash. I do appreciate you allowing me to share that. And thank you, Muhammad Nazal, as well, and Muhammad Kamal, wherever he is. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Ash, I want to make one comment really, really quick. Mr. Nazal, you're a superstar, okay, from what I said before. But what I really want to say is, look, I don't listen to these other people, never, never, ever. I hear stories from them, and it sounds like I'm a superstar on their channel. They haven't paid me a dime. I'm kind of PO'd about that. But the truth is, however many visitors they're getting, it's sad to say most of them are founders. Looking over their shoulder, what did they say? What did they say? Nobody should go there. Nobody go there. I don't go there. I mean, I hear people telling me, oh, they're talking about you. They're talking about you. If I don't care, don't you care? Don't even look. Don't go to their channel. Don't look at their stuff. Look, they're buttheads. Just let them go. Tell them hashtag, we get to say it, fight me. In fact, some of them can munch on me. There's a new one for you. But really, just let it go. Too many people are going to see they're going to see the car wreck, and you just got to let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
I think
I agree, Marty. I agree. And I don't think hashtag munch me is going to work.
also,
Might work for you, but
How about this? Imagine Thomas Edison when he was at experiment number 585, okay? And he listened to one of those losers. You and I will be swamped in the darkness right now, okay? Or after 5,000 experiments or, examinations. So don't listen. Nothing is achieved by listening to the losers or by excuses and negativity, okay? Most and the greatest men on earth, they don't listen to that. Imagine Elon Musk wakes up and he's listening to those idiots. Imagine what we would achieve. Imagine the president is just going to wake up and just try to look for, let's see what negative comment about me, and let that get into them or affect them. Nothing. So just like us, I advise everyone, if you want to be productive in life, this is just a total, and there's no cure to that, because that's why God created hellfire and paradise, okay? Because he knew that there will be some idiots and they will go to hellfire, and there will be criminal and evil people. So even God, doesn't have a solution. And if you want to doubt that, it's on you. But I'm a believer, and the fact there is a punishment, there's consequences, and there is a hell. It means God doesn't have a solution to it. He doesn't have a solution for it. Why am I going to try? So you're not going to solve it. You're not going to solve it. And that's good. Okay, that's good, because, imagine if everybody is at the same level. This makes you shine more. Now, by listening to them, by thriving and soaring high, and show the world, offer solutions. Because in life, either you can whine and grump until the cows come home, or you could make up excuses after excuses after excuses, or you could just work and make results, or say something positive. I mean, a prayer is something that even if you make a mistake, you're like really making a mistake. A good human will pray for you, will wish you well, okay, or try to enlighten you, or confront you, or do something if they're normal. But just bashing like dogs barking, from the darkness, the unknown, that's savage. That's they're ambiguous, they're nameless, and I hope this helped a lot of you not to bother, because imagine if we pay attention to that. What do we achieve? We're making history, for God's sake.
Absolutely. And our stories are very special stories. So, because they don't have stories to tell, that's why they use our stories to tell. So, go out there and tell your stories. That's my one penny.
Barilla, whatever you want. It depends on where you're from. Anyway, I'm glad I got to be next, because after what we're talking about, I was going to say, you're stealing my thing, because I was going to say one of the things today that impressed me so much was, a small thing. I thought the Burj was wonderful. What we saw with Faro Tracker was wonderful. It was just, everything was great, wonderful. But one thing I noticed was the word bite me, as we're talking about it now. Bite me was actually on one of the cars. I thought that was so amazing. I don't know why it impressed me so much, but I thought there's our term, bite me, on one of the cars we're seeing, those wonderful, beautiful cars. Anyway, I just want to say quickly, I want to say a simple thank you, Mohammed Nazal. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Mohammed Kamal. And of course, I want to say thank you to Mr. Ash Mufareh. Now listen, we use the word bite me in an amorous way on Rob Lynn Live quite often. We don't mean it, like bite me. We actually mean it in kind of an affectionate way, bite me. And there's other things we do on Rob Lynn Live. We often make up phrases, and we have fun with things. And we also say that Mr. Ash, who we know, loves good food. So I would say that I always think of him as the chef or the owner of the restaurant of Onpassive. That's what Ash is all about. So I would just like to say, well, you know what? I'm going to sing a little ditty. It's not long. I just want to sing a little ditty for us. You can get anything that you want from Ash Mufareh's restaurant. You can get anything that you want from Ash Mufareh's restaurant. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Onpassive, yeah, yeah, yeah. Onpassive is delicious. Oh, Onpassive is delicious. In fact, Onpassive is Onpassilicious. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Onpassive is delicious. Onpassive is Onpassilicious. And I say to the naysayers, bite me.
Doing it for the money. We're not doing it for the money, but we are going to make a severe impact. I'm telling you, even our haters are going to have us in their home, and they're going to love it. And I can't wait to put just a stick Onpassive's name there just for fun, but they can't live without us. That's bold, okay? They're not going to be able to live without us. Background, what else? Oh, resound as well. Like bite me, okay, or something. Now, we planned to be here for about 2 hours. That was 5 hours ago. And I love this. I just wanted to play a little because I thought I'm teasing a couple of bugs here and there, and I was having fun with my friends. I was able to remember a couple of good topics you brought up, we talked about. I wanted to allow you and make myself available if you have any question, any weird question, any odd question, any insane question, any dumb question, any tough question. I tried all the possibilities. I think that's what we got for today. We got a few, and the bottom line, we're here to stay. And whether you like us, you hate us, we're going to change your life.
John, your mic is mute, John. I mean, open.
Oh, I did it again. Oh my.
Thank you, Brother Ash. Please send our love to your family. Thank you.
I will. So thank you for your time here. That was a good support. I don't think people will leave because more people are coming now, or different people are coming, and they will be here around the clock. That's why we need Onpassive. It's beautiful, and there's no way this would be lasting this long if you were not enjoying that. I'm gonna assume, and if you were not benefiting. So we are happy that everybody, took something out of it. If you didn't take something, and you know what would be dumb? For those who think this is useless, but they're stuck with us. I just like to play with them for 7-8 hours. I'm naughty, but I love it, okay? And I just made a point, okay? They got nothing to do. And we're getting business done.
You have to end.
Thank you, Ash.
Speaking of nothing to do, we're headed over to Robland Live now, Ash. We still have, believe it or not,
I think we should,
folks.
because we should never close doors for Onpassive fans. Yeah.
So we're going to rock on over there.
Anyway, thank you very much, Ash. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you from Singapore.
Thanks a lot, pal.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Use Onpassive. Stick with the positivity, with the people who are making a difference, okay? Don't listen to the nonsense, okay? Use us, okay? Partner with us. Lock arm with us so we can change, okay? At least someone's world, okay? You know somebody that you can affect them, impact them. At least one, all right? Start with your family, your neighborhood. Take care of them, okay? And then expand. Those who don't need help, leave them alone. We don't have to force it. Try to see where the source.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Chris, you listening?
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. You have the
Tina?
red button.
Tina, can you mute? Yeah.
Love you guys.
Oh, thank you, Tina. All right, Sherry. So we have the last thing, okay, to say. You asked for it. Here it is. Those who are impatient, it's right here. We've got products. We've got above market level products, usable, cheaper, more value, better quality, more features, and they're here. It's up to you. What you use them for, what you do with them, it's up to you. We don't expect.
Yeah, but how are you going to pay
I'm
anybody?
going to tell you how are we going to pay. you have a paper and a pen and paper. Do you have that?
Yes, we see the paper, Ash. Thank you, Ash. Thank you very much.
We're going to start all over again. All right, let's talk about money and commissions, payout plans. Okay.
Thank you, Ash.
Some people call them Apple, but that's like a cute, nickname. But we mean money and commissions, okay?
I think it'd be better just to pay Apple's, Ash. Just pay Apple's. That'd be so funny.
I've been saying it for 5 years. Apples are coming. I think you should pay us on apples. Boy, would that be funny?
I thought we were getting apples. You mean we're not getting apples?
I love apples.
That's the whole reason I'm here.
That's a cute
name. All right. Everyone stop. Ash, go be with your wife before she yells at you and your kids. Come
the
on.
question, do they still want to be with me? I want to be with them.
For you. They are waiting.
I can give you
$500. Believe me.
Probably 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye. Take care. God bless you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Love
God
you.
bless you and your family, Ash.
You all come back now. You hear?
Muhammad was the host, Ash. Muhammad Nizal is the host. What's she gonna do now?
No,
See you, Robin
I
Live.
will close it out. Don't worry, okay?
No, it's Mohammed Kamal who is the host, not Nazar. Kamal.
See you.
See you.
Bye. Love you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Great day.
Peace.
Have a great webinar,
Yes,
Mr.
Lord.
West.
Great day to you, everyone. Bye.
So I'm gonna send you a
Bye,
link
bye,
to the
bye.
back office. We're gonna start a new session. All right? I'm kidding.
Oh, you're
I'm
not
kidding.
serious.
Don't go.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
It's
Not
much
today.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
It was really, really cool.
We've
Honestly,
succeeded. I think I can say that on a fun day when I plan to be there 2-3 hours. Okay, just about when we delivered and 1 hour listening to our great leaders. Okay, we thought it will be sufficient, but then I enjoyed the game of messing up with some jerks who were live streaming our message on their channel, which is they're giving us a voice to their 8 people or 7 or 8, I'm not sure, audience, and we converted a couple. So thanks to them.
excellent.
And after them, like, oh my God, this is taking forever. They at 3 hours they said, oh, some of them said it's been pointless. 3 hours webinar. You know what's more pointless is watching a pointless hour for 7 hours.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
That was idiot.
I never made comments.
And then I was reading everything. So there you go. I was one of the viewers and addressing that, slamming them and unloading every point they have. So I was able to connect with their audience, all the 7 of them. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And there you go. They had to delete it because it's exactly what we want to tell their 5-6 people, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
They took it on their channel and it looked of course we had fun with calling them idiots and calling them names and all of that on their lawn. So that's another piece why I loved it. The other part I loved it is like every little bit there's a good question popping up and like, oh, we could add this feature. We've had so many notes with them, and that doesn't come if you have a time limit or clock on your session. Like you got this people, but if you say, listen, whatever it takes, we're here, take your time, then they start thinking in a relaxed mode. And now they come up with ideas. Now they get a second chance. The first thing is like they're nervous. They want to come up with a quicker comment. But when you give them more cushion, they say, "What about this? And what about that?" And they dare to ask like questions. That was good. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. Like even the last 30 minutes of it got good. Some good eye-opening question for us. We have to have it.
It's good to hear both sides sometimes. It educates you.
Yeah, and some people take it like as negative. I'm gonna confess that in our team too. Like they don't want me to show up that much. Like you should be like a superstar. You just come with that. None of that. Okay, but I would never do it. I don't listen to them. Why? Who's the boss? And who pays? So they can say what they want, but at the end, I love being with my people, and some of them I would never undermine their participation and contribution to the journey of Onpassive. It couldn't be done differently. It is what it is, and also it's a good thing that somebody, my humbleness shouldn't be taken for granted. Like, oh, he's so available. Is there such a thing? Somebody's so like too good or too caring? Is there such a thing? Like, okay, yeah, I canceled 3-4 things. My family was included. Why? Because my devotion and my dedication to the mission is much greater. It's not a bad thing. My care for the people who are there, and when you see after so many hours, you still have 5,000 people, and I know more would want to join if they can manage the time and all of that. Why would you want to let them down. They want more, just give them more. It doesn't happen every day, okay? It's not possible to happen every day. But when it happens, I think we should be wise enough to let it be.
Yeah. You certainly lead by example, Ash, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
And we
I
follow.
don't care what CEO doesn't stand or doesn't do or does or whatever. I don't care, okay? I'm going to be me, like Jane said, and I would want to connect with my people. I don't care. If it doesn't satisfy 500,000 people and I know I've helped 5 people, I'm loving it. Those who are unhappy, they could leave or not listen. But that's the highest level of ignorance and idiocy, I guess. Stupidity. When somebody making you a full-time career just to put down your mission, and they hang out with you 7 hours. They have nothing to do. They have no soul or no. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna turn your channel.
But I've said it. You're right. We know we have some negative YouTube channels against us, and Marty used to get mad at me. I'd say, listen, I'm learning from these guys. You don't get it. But here's the thing is, instead of listening to that one person's opinion on Ash Mufareh and Passive and the founders, they now got a different perspective of who Ash Mufareh really is and what he's trying to do. So I think it's a good thing. Eventually, negative people turn themselves.
Genuinely ask your questions, and there's no limit, there's no censorship, none of that. Okay, we could talk about anything, and I think you're probably right. If you feel intimidated by our intelligence, sometimes you don't connect. That's different. That's who you are. But I feel a lot of people understand it. They connect with the heart. They connect with the logic of it. That's what we're looking for. And we don't, counsel them for our agenda or mission. Just keep doing what you're doing or not doing, because we gave you something. Do you believe they're going to be satisfied and one day and tell us, yeah, great job, I didn't expect this. You're good. You're a good company.
Not at all.
We applaud you for that. We probably misjudge you. I mean, we do that. If I do something,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
my opinion, I believe there's a couple out there who've actually made compliments. Hey, this looks pretty cool. But then they go back to their negative side. But I guarantee you when they really see, and they're seeing it now, because right now they're going to stream this out and try to
come
pick
with
at
no
it.
heart and with no brain. When
I think eventually they're going to realize, they're not out to hurt anybody.
It's just harder and harder on them. Yeah, like what else you want to talk about? Okay, talking about money, done. Talking about like what do you want to pick on? Like what is your problem? And it's gonna be harder for them. Yeah, they would wish, but it doesn't mean like we're gonna have challenges. We're gonna have negative, media, whatever, publicity. You're gonna have all of that, but it doesn't end us. Okay, right. So they would have a good day or to celebrate. Oh, look at that, or Connect didn't work perfectly the first 5 hours, okay, or 5 days, or it's okay. They don't get it, okay, but they would take that like as a criticism on us. But
they look for it, Ash. They look for one little.
Yeah, of course, they absolutely right.
But when we fix something and it's like now it's corrected, do they undo what they said?
No,
like,
not
okay,
at all.
so this is not gonna happen. Oh, you see, it's not happening. Now, what would they say when it happens?
Nothing. They'll just slide away.
Well, no, they'll try and find some other negative.
To have bugs and fix them and test and go live. One of the applications yesterday we've discussed, okay, they want 6 months testing. No joke. I said, no. Can we we have to do it like less, 2 months. They want 6 months testing. This, okay?
Wow.
Yeah. Some physical products you would have to keep them on for that long time too. Not 3 hours, not 1 day. Months. You have to keep them working.
In the history of the world, Ash, all great inventors have gone through exactly what you're going through now. And those people eventually say, "What?" Like Marty always talks about the automobile.
Yeah.
Oh, you're scaring my horses. Look what it's created. You don't hear anyone say, "Man, I wish there wasn't no cars around." You know what I'm saying? They're
And when you
gonna
finally
say,
do something, and after a while you find a loophole or something, and they recall it like from the market, it happens with Lexus, it happens with BMW, it happens with the big guys. It happens by the hundreds. Tesla, how many times, you know? Their truck, what do they call that? Semi truck or something? That project, it's a disaster on the show when they try to
that's right. Yeah.
Hammer it with that big and what happens is it doesn't end them. They're working. We should clap for them. They don't give up. They don't surrender for just this is an experiment, and you got to do it right. It's not a joke. It's people's lives and safety. and you know, if you're gonna pick on that, you're gonna pick on everybody. You're gonna say, well, Thomas Edison, you know, was a loser. It didn't work for 2,000 times. No, he changed your life. You could have been in darkness right now. Yeah.
We could be eating raw chicken right now if it wasn't for the Colonel standing his ground.
Chicken sushi, yeah.
Exactly. Listen.
Did you just turn it back to food, Chris?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you what. To the people that are watching that are negative toward us, it's okay, because what Ash Mufareh is doing, and I'm preaching for him, he's doing it the right way. In my 57 years, I've witnessed a lot of great people fail miserably because they rushed it. Ash Mufareh is not only allowing us to come along with this journey, we're seeing everything, but he's doing it in steps, and I'm telling you right now, everything is on time and everything is perfect.
Yes, absolutely. And nothing worthy would work instantly and the first time and quickly. No. Now, there's some exceptions to everything, like a great invention like barbecue sauce and hard-boiled eggs. That works the first time.
The next big thing.
It works the first time.
But I just want to say, some people, for some reason, I don't get it, are negative. And they don't become unnegative usually. Lois White, thank you so much for the super sticker. They don't become unnegative. You don't talk them out of it. It's in their bone marrow. It's in their DNA. And if things get to the point where Onpassive just not that much fun to make fun of or go after, they move on to something else. That's what they do. It's been going on for thousands of years. Names have changed. Technology has changed. But the creeps in the shadow that talk about everybody else, that has never changed. So keep that in mind. Focus on people that are afraid, that's different. Or looking, they don't know it because they're afraid to get hurt. Be honest with them. Talk to them with their heart and they'll follow you anywhere. Justin Evans, thank you for the super sticker. I don't know. But I'm not going to defend this company for some loser. But I'll walk pride with any one of you. You want to run, we'll run. Believe it or not, I'll run in this company. I know I don't look like a runner, but I will, and I'm going to. And I think all of you can. I believe in all of you. I believe all of you are mastermind. You got to be very unique individuals. And I'm going to tell you why. The biggest reason, because you said yes to be a founder. I already know. You were already pre-qualified. If you said yes to be a founder, you pre-qualified that your eyesight and your heart is bigger than most people. It's just fact. Don't have to like it. I have no time or I don't even know how and don't want to try to change people. We were given choice by God. It's a gift. It's a curse for some. But choice is a gift. I chose to look at the bright side. Do I have bad things happen? Trust me. Trust me. There's bad things happening right now that I don't like. But it's temporary. And I have the gift of Onpassive. And I'm going to run with it as fast as I can. And I tell you what, all of you do the same. You need to glow and blow up this planet with everything you got because you deserve it. You can do it. And the platform is the place to do it. You're a singer, you're an artist, you love this, you love pottery, I don't care what it is. Get a club. There's going to be 1 billion people on this platform in this planet of Onpassive, because the day will come, one of the countries in the world will be Onpassive. It'll be digital, but you start hitting $3-4 trillion company, and you're making a GDP of like the 4th or 5th largest country in the world. And I believe that will happen. I don't know when, doesn't matter when, but I believe in the meantime. And during the process of our food being delivered in this 1,000-course meal or whatever it is, lives are going to be changed. The shoeless are going to have shoes. The thirsty are going to have water. The uneducated will be educated the same as anybody else. And education will change a country. And like it or not like it, sometimes the money can move somebody up. And if they can move up with the heart of Onpassive and money and the education, they can change things. It shouldn't have to be that way, but we all know it is. And we're going to see it happen. We don't have to wait till the end. There is no end. Onpassive's always going to advance. During the process, starting now, the world is going to start being changed. And we were part of it. Anyway, it's kind of funny. I didn't have anything to say before I came on.
Well, guys, that was absolutely wonderful. And you know what? I think I called Marty and Red early this morning yesterday. I said, man, I'm having a tough time this week. What can I really talk about? And I dug deep this morning of what I really wanted to talk about. And it is about Onpassive, but it's also about the people in Onpassive and the world. My week was pretty hectic this week. Some things broke here. I had to get it fixed. My sprinkler system was watering my neighbor's garage instead of my grass. Little stupid stuff that I still think I live like a king compared to many, many founders in this world. Now, I've had the opportunity to get to know a lot of these founders from literally every part of the world, and they've told me their hardships, and they told me how they can't wait for this all to happen. Only God really knows each individual and what they're going through. I know a lot of people's stories, but I don't really walk in their shoes per se. And I think about my life every day and how great it is. I have 2 eyes. They don't work that good, but they work. I got 2 hands, 2 legs. And I think about all the people out there who don't have just those things and how lucky I am and how blessed I am. I want to tell you to all those people out there who maybe never had a break, maybe because where you live, there really wasn't a good job. You didn't have the ability to help out your community because of that. In the near future, guys, this is from Chris Johnson. In the near future, whether your life's bad or good, there's going to be a change. And I wrote a lot of stuff down here because I want to say this right. To all the founders who live in countries far away, some I've never even heard of. And I'm going to say Papua New Guinea because I had no idea what Papua New Guinea was until I got an Onpassive. That change you have been praying for is coming. The change that for some countries have been waiting for many years. In other words, governments, important people, billionaires have known about these issues of starvation, bad water, just corrupt, and no one has ever done anything about it. And I can actually say that no one has ever done anything about helping Africa with their water problems, all right, and many other countries. Why are kids starving? To this day, I'm still blown away by that. We have multi-billionaires shooting rockets into space. God love them, it's their money. I still say there's so many things on this earth that can be fixed before we start shooting rockets into space. That's just my personal opinion. They want to do things with their money, it's great. I still say Elon Musk. The other day I had a quote. Someone asked him, what are you really doing for humanity? Everything Elon Musk has been doing, believe it or not, is for humanity. He's trying to change a lot of things in different ways. I actually have a lot of respect for Elon Musk in a lot of ways. You're going to be that future leader in your country for Impassive. The change that's coming your way, you're going to be a part of to help your country build itself back up where things were wrong. Okay? Ash Mufareh stated the other day, which love to hear it. He's got a plan for Bless. It's not a what he called. It's not a like what Chris is doing, trying to help some people. It's not a Band-Aid fix. He's got a permanent solution, and I've been waiting for someone in this entire world to actually say something like that, and he said it. Brought tears to my eyes. My heart started racing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's all I can say. I think that's amazing that you got a guy who literally gets punched every day, called names. We get beat up, guys. We really do, but nothing like how he gets beat up, and he keeps going forward. And I got a lot of respect and admiration. I don't have the tolerance that he does, but I'm learning. I know Marty and Red got their tolerance levels also. Does it bother us when someone says something bad about us or our family members or the CEO who's trying to change the world? It sure does hurt. But Ash tells us, don't worry about it. I know where I'm taking you. You know where you're going. That's all you need to know. Naysayers, negative people. My favorite saying, I love this, and I want y'all to hear it again. Even if a bee could explain to a fly why pollen is better than poop or caca, as Susie says, the fly wouldn't understand. Don't waste your time explaining positive reasoning to negative people. I love that. Now, we do come across a lot of negative people, but here's my guarantee. The negative people were just never educated on what we really do. They only heard stories. They only read the stuff on the internet they thought was right. And there's a lot of things, I hate to tell you this, there's a lot of things on the internet that's just not right. I mean, I tried the pill that you could take once a day and you never have to exercise. You can eat all the chocolate and candy and you're going to lose 100 pounds. I got news for you. It doesn't work. I tried it. That's the kind of stuff that's on the internet. But when you have a guy that comes out and says, listen, I just want to change things. I've seen the corruptness. I've witnessed it. I do have a better way. You just got to believe in me. I do have a vision. I have his dreams has started coming true, I'd say 5 years ago, when people start piling on saying, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. He's been doing it for 5 years. You remember how he said the finish line? I think he passed the finish line, guys, already. I really think we already won this race. It's just a lot of people haven't seen it yet, but you will. There's a very soon time that everything that's going on in your life that's so horrible, and I know there's a lot out there, it's going to change for the better. That's why I have nothing but respect for Ash Mufareh. Do I want to put all my burdens on Ash Mufareh? No, I don't. It's not Ash Mufareh's fault that there's people starving. It's not Ash Mufareh's fault that you lost your job. What he's doing is he has fixes for all these things that you've been getting your ass kicked for your entire, excuse my language, for your whole life. He's got something. He's got a new ass kicker, and it's called Impassive. It's truly going to come in and it's going to change your world. He's never promised us nothing, but what he does say is, I got something for you. And we already see the got somethings. We know what's coming. Just so connecting O'Mail. I mean, O'Mail, the more I look at it and the more I really go through, I'm like, gosh darn. And I'm not a techie guy. Pretty darn cool, and it's free. Ash Mufareh has a plan for anyone. Anyone, no matter who you are, what you eat, hard-boiled eggs and barbecue sauce. He even accepts me. Okay? All right, Ash, I had to say it. I'm going to tell you why. Ash Mufareh has a drive that I wish I had 30 years ago. His drive isn't about money. His drive isn't about success. His drive is to change the world for the better. How can you fault someone like that? How can anyone say something bad about people that just want to change things? All right, so I'm going to say that the naysayers, I know you're watching this, and that's okay. I believe that I'm educating you, and Ash Mufareh is educating you on what's coming. And eventually, when you see what we really have, because you don't know everything, because you're not part of this, you're going to join my team. I guarantee it. You'll be using an impassive product to do your silly stuff. But I think you'll see a whole different way. And I believe that. Our responsibility as founders, now this is my opinion, but I hope you make it yours. And listen to me, our responsibility as founders is to enjoy the new life Onpassive will bring to all of us. That's something you probably didn't expect me to say. Let me say it again. Our responsibility as founders or affiliates, let me correct that, Redford. All right, is to enjoy the new life Onpassive is going to bring us. The other responsibility is to go out and touch lives and create the same change for them as Ash Mufareh did for us. That's your only responsibility, guys. No one's asking you to go stand on a corner and preach. All right? What he's asking you to do is just go touch someone's lives. Change one life a day, make it better. I don't need updates. This is the honest to God truth. Red and Marty do a great job doing updates. I don't need them because I already know. I already have this trust that you wouldn't believe that I know what's going to happen. And it's going to be good. And the thing is, I wish I had a satellite up there shining down on the world and watching the change that's going to come our way. All right. This is just my opinion. I had nothing really to give you new because Red and Marty cover everything else. But I want you to just be thankful for where you're at. Is it as fast as you want? I think we're way ahead of schedule. Are you hurting right now? A lot of you are. I know this personally. Okay. Is it Ash Mufareh's fault? No, it's not his fault. But what he's doing is trying to change that for you. So I say give him the respect. Always thank for him. Always put him in your prayers. Okay. Marty said something about putting the Burj Khalifa. None of us could have done that. But we can represent Onpassive with a good, clean heart and ethical, showing them what this company is all about. Because I think the world really needs ethical. I think the world needs clean. And I'll go back to the news channels. I've yet to turn on a news channel this week. I've done it a couple times for test to see something that's actually good in this world. I really want to say, hey, man. Hey, Fox News. Hey, CNN. You guys hear about this company that's going to bring some good news to your channel? That's what Onpassive is going to do, guys. And don't be surprised if that doesn't happen in the near future. But right now, I don't have to hear anything Ash has to say because I know what's coming. Do I have a different perspective because where I'm at on this panel? No, I'm just like you. I'm just like Red. Just like we're all the same, except we got a little bigger mouths. Okay? And I'm going to bring my final thoughts when we're doing something a little different on some corporate webinars coming up. Okay? A lot of people don't understand the rules. Marty always takes his time to make a nice video and send to people that are going to be on the panelists. We still get a little grief about that, but the goal now is to bring people on that's never talked to Ash Mufareh. We want some good questions, good, smiley, fun people, not the same old farts, including myself. One of the rules that we ask, and Marty puts in there, and I told Marty I want to reiterate this. When you come onto the panel as a guest, just say hello to Mr. Ash or ask a question or whatever you want. As soon as you're done, we ask, no, we're telling you, I'm going to put it this way. I'm telling you, you put yourself back into the attendees list. Okay, why? So we can have another person out of the million people to come on and talk to Ash Mufareh. That's what we ask. A lot of people still don't understand that. Now, Ash does have a few people says, I want them on the panel, keep them on there. And we do it. But Ash Mufareh makes a pretty good list. But we want someone new. He wants to see new people hear different thoughts. So please remember that and respect that. A lot of us work around the clock, believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, to do things the right way, to make sure Unpassive goes smooth. Marty DeGarmo does many things on his late at night to make sure, how do we do? We got to get it right. We want people to understand that we do have some rules that we got to follow, especially if you're a corporate webinar. So that's all I got. I'm talking way too much. Just be blessed at where you're at. And if you're hurting right now, like Narelle Warkan, I know she's hurting. We're praying for you. Anyone that's hasn't eaten or maybe living in bad conditions, we are praying for you. But that change is coming, and it's coming soon. God bless you all. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.